the rebroadcast. We're going to get started here in just a second. Let me get you on my fancy little new holder. Hey, welcome guys. Jump on. So excited to get started. Let me get logged on for my webinar. How are you guys all doing tonight? If you're new to Scope, please type in where your name and where you're from. I'd love to welcome you. Already got the hearts going. You guys rock. You guys are pros. If you're new to Periscope, you tap the screen, tap, 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 like crazy, and you give me all those pretty little hearts. Good morning, Alicia. Or good morning. Oh my gosh. Sorry. There's our Rachel. Hey, Rachel. Let's get on the webinar here. Hopefully my go-to-meeting will work, because earlier today, if you were joining me for our weekly webinar on holistic health, it was a dud. It like quit halfway through. So hopefully we'll be getting no problems and it'll work like it's supposed to do. Welcome to all those joining us. We're going to be having hey, Nicole from Indiana, and you even spell it right. I love it. It is morning somewhere, huh? I love it. Welcome to our guys on the webinar. Are you guys able to see my screen? Hey, Amy. Okay, let's see. Let's get everybody muted online. And I'm so behind today. So hopefully you guys will all bear with me. Let me pull up my PowerPoint real fast. And we will get this show on the road. And hopefully I already told all my kids and husband to stay off of the internet. Because last time they started slowing it down because somebody was streaming something, and I'm already hogging all the bandwidth, so they're not allowed any bandwidth today. So, okay. Let me get this recording. Okay, so welcome to our Intro to Essential Oils webinar. My name is Nicole Vincent. I am a Diamond with doTERRA, which means I've helped a lot of people, and I'm also a holistic health coach. And I'm so excited to share with you tonight a little bit about my journey and a little bit about essential oils. So I have 4 kids. I've been married. It'll be 17 years this December. And I wasn't always naturally minded. I was one that if there was a pill for it, give me 5. Just kidding. That makes me sound really bad. I wasn't a pill junkie, but I kind of was. Like I wanted the shortcut answer for everything. And anything natural, it was like, stay away from me, natural stuff. I don't want to be a hippie. I don't want to be weird. And so anything natural to me was really foreign. I've had several health concerns throughout my life. And when I was introduced to oils, I was in my early 30s, and I was already taking quite a few medications on a regular basis, and my health and my well-being was going in a direction that I knew if I continued down that road, it wasn't going to be any good. So, yeah, it wasn't a good place, and I knew something needed to change, but I didn't know what, and I didn't know how, and I was scared of change, because change is scary, right? Change makes it really hard it's a scary thing, because it's kind of that unknown, and you know that it's gonna take a certain level of commitment from you, and so I wasn't ready for that. But when I was introduced to oils for the second time, the first time I was introduced, I wasn't ready. And the second time I was introduced, I was at a point, I was kind of like at a breaking point. And I was like, okay, you know what? I think these oils are kind of weird. They're smelly, but I'm intrigued with the concept. And so I was willing to give them a try, and I was very much surprised at the results. And from then on, I started using them regularly in my family, and I just had to share. And so it was something that kind of evolved, and from there it's just snowballed. And it's completely taken me on a 180-degree turn from where I was going. I lost about 40 pounds. I was able to just get my health and wellness on the right track so that I was able to be a better mom, a better wife, a better person to do more with. So that's why I am so passionate about sharing these essential oils with other people, because even if it's not for you at this time, I want you to know that it's an option. I want you to know that it's an option that's out there when you're ready for it, because it is a viable option. These aren't some crazy snake oils. They are effective. They are the real deal. So it's not some hype. It's not some gimmick. This is nature, and they are very, very effective, and just something that if you're hearing about oils for the first time and you think it's kind of weird, that's okay. Don't feel like you have to completely embrace all things oily and hippie, because that's okay. You don't have to be there. But just be aware. Have this on your radar so that when the time comes when you're ready for a change, or you're ready for something different and you're ready for different results, that you know that this is out there and you can contact the person that invited you to this presentation. So let's talk real quick. First off, I'm not a doctor. I am just a mom and health coach. So these, I'm not here to diagnose, treat, prevent, cure any kind of disease. Oils they're a tool to support your body in its natural function. Our body is a miracle, guys. It was designed to heal itself and to be very effective at bouncing back from stresses and from different things that happen along the way. And so I'm not here to be your doctor. I'm not here to be your medical professional. I am here just to tell you and educate you that there's another option out there. So first off, what is an essential oil? An essential oil is a natural aromatic compound that is found in plants, and it can come from different places on the plants. It can come from the leaves, the bark, stems, petals, roots, and they're going to typically be steam distilled. Most plant matter is steam distilled, and that's how we collect the oil. On citrus oils, it is cold pressed because the oil's in the peel. And so they are very powerful. They have safe benefits without side effects. I think the side effects have always been positive for me. But they are very powerful. 1 drop of peppermint is about the same as 28 cups of peppermint tea, just to give you an idea of the potency that we're talking about here. And when we're talking about these oils, we are typically only using 1 to 2 drops at a time. So most oils are going to come in this size bottle. This is a 15 milliliter bottle. And I'll show you a 5 milliliter bottle too, so you can kind of see the 2 bottle sizes. So this, this bottle is about 250 drops. It's a 15 milliliter bottle. And this bottle is a 5 milliliter bottle, and it is about 85 drops. It's going to depend, the drops are going to really depend on the consistency of the oil. So some oils are going to be a little bit thinner in viscosity, and some are going to be a little bit thicker. So drop sizes can matter, but price-wise, it's pennies per drop. Peppermint, for example, is about 8 cents per drop. So to me, that's very, very affordable, and you're not going to need a lot, and you're not going to have the negative side effects that can be associated with other options out there. So with essential oil safety, like I said, these are very, very potent. We don't want to stick them in our eyes, our ears, or our nose. All of those have very sensitive membranes that we do not want to disrupt. And if you make a mistake, we're all gonna, at some point, it's kind of an oil rite of passage. You're gonna be using your peppermint for some occasional head tension, and you're gonna forget to wash your hand, and you're gonna go and rub your eye, and you're gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt. You're gonna tear up. It's not gonna feel good, and that's okay. Guess what? You're not gonna be blind. You can go and grab. I like to use coconut oil. This is fractionated coconut oil. I have a kitty, so she's got kitty hair on there. But there's fractionated coconut oil. You can even use olive oil or vegetable oil if that gets in your eye, and just put a little bit on there. It's called a carrier oil, and it's going to help tone down any discomfort that might be associated with that. So we're going to be safe and smart when we're using our oils. We want to dilute with oil and not water. So the coconut oil is my personal favorite because it's odorless and colorless and it absorbs into the skin really easily because it has small molecules. You can use like olive oil or vegetable oil, but it leaves the skin greasier because it's got larger molecules. So we want to use smaller molecules. Now we had a question, are there negative side effects from using too many oils? The negativity is, number one, you're wasting your money. You might have, depending on how you're using it, it can be just too much for your body. And usually it's going to be a temporary discomfort. It's not going to be lasting damage. So maybe you take too many oils internally, you can have some digestive distress. You might feel a little nauseated, a little upset stomach. If you use too much on your skin, then it might irritate your skin depending on the oil, because some oils are more caustic than others. So we call them hot oils. Like oregano, for example. I showed you guys this in just a little bit ago. Oregano is a hotter oil, and that's something you don't want to put right on your skin because it will not be fun. it will burn. So, and it's just a hot oil. It's the chemical makeup of the oil that causes that. The primary concern though with oils is just the safety concern is just skin sensitivity. And doTERRA just came out with a new line called the Touch line. Yeah, it can itch. So let's see. Let me see if I get my light on there. So this is the new Touch Frankincense. And this whole line, it's 9 oils that are already in roller bottles. Let me show those guys on Periscope. You can see the little roller bottle there. And it's already pre-diluted properly for that oil. So frankincense is a pretty gentle oil, so it's not going to be very heavily diluted. Oregano, though, is a pretty hot oil, and it's going to be more heavily diluted. But those are ready. I've taken the oregano and rubbed it right here on the inside of my arm, which is a very sensitive spot. No issue. And so that's a great option. The Touch Kit is a great option for those that would like to dilute and not have to hassle with diluting. So let's just be mindful and be respectful of the oils. They are potent. More is not better. Less is better with oils. So let's go on. Oh, one thing on oil safety, guys. Citrus oils like lemon or bergamot, wild orange. Citrus oils are photosensitive, which means when you put them on your skin and then go out on the sun, and we've done this as teenagers, right? We put the lemon in our hair, then it's gonna have a photosensitive effect where it's kind of like a magnifying glass. That's kind of the best way I can give an analogy, but it will burn your skin. So and that's only if you're applying it topically. If you're taking lemon in your water, and we'll talk about that in a little bit, there's no concern there. It's only if you're applying topically. Bergamot is an oil. It's one of my favorite oils. It smells like heaven. But it is one that's going to be longer lasting for the photosensitivity. So you want to not put that on your skin if you're going to be out in the sun for 24 hours. So just kind of keep that in mind. So let's talk about the different ways to use our oils. So the first way is aromatic. And let me grab my diffuser here. So this is a diffuser. This is called the Lotus. This is what I have on my desk because it's nice and small. It's skinny, so it doesn't take up a lot of space. This runs for up to 3 hours, and on the screen you guys are seeing the pedal diffuser. And diffusers are great. Most of them are going to be water-based, and so you're going to put a little bit of water, and then this one, see if I can do this backwards. So you put the water in the well, and then you just add your essential oils, and then you turn it on and go. And the benefits of doing a diffuser, it's going to get these molecules very, very small so that you can inhale them and have those benefits very quickly and very easily. It is a great form of dilution. Dr. Hill actually shared this with us at his meeting that he came to here in Houston last week, that diffusing is a form of dilution because you're only putting maybe 3 to 5 drops in the diffuser. Sorry, I need to get some water. And then you're diffusing that in a room, which is going to be a big space, right? So even if it's a 10 by 10 room, which would be like a small bedroom, that's still quite a bit of space. So this is a great way, especially if you're a little bit, maybe you have super sensitive skin and just even the most tame oils irritate your skin. Diffusing might be a really good a really good option for you. So we like to diffuse to purify the air. There can be lots of gross things floating around that we don't want to breathe in, right? And so diffusing can help neutralize and purify the air. So, and it smells good too. It's not going to be like a candle or a scent pod or anything like that, because it's pure and it's natural, and that scent typically is going to dissipate pretty quickly. I will tell you though, even if you're not smelling it, those molecules are still in the air and you're still receiving benefit. And we kind of become nose blind, right? So if you have friends, like I'll have people come over to my house and like, oh my gosh, it smells so good in here. What are you diffusing? I'm like, I haven't diffused in like 5 days. And it's just, the oils, they will linger. The scent will linger. And so even if you're nose blind to it, your company won't be nose blind, and they'll enjoy that scent. And it's not synthetic, so you don't have to worry about those chemicals being inhaled, because as we breathe stuff in, our body is processing it. Okay, so keep that in mind. Diffusing also helps aid our respiratory system. So for me, can you tell I'm a little hoarse tonight? I probably should be putting some breathe in my diffuser tonight. I'll probably put some breathe and some frankincense. This one is just awesome at supporting our respiratory system. But it can really help open up those airways and just make that breathing clear and easy. You can also use it to affect the mood. So I don't know about you guys, but when the kids come home from school, like between 4 to 6, it's like the witching hour in my house. Like it's like everyone's a little, and they're not wanting to do their homework. They're wanting to play or whatever. And I'm like, let's get this done. And so I like to diffuse oils like, I'm seeing what I've got around here, because I've got oils everywhere all the time. Balance is the one that I really like to diffuse. I like to combine that with wild orange or citrus bliss. So those are really good oils to diffuse to help just kind of affect the mood, to help it be a little bit more chill in your house. So if you've got ones that are getting a little bit upset or need to focus, you can diffuse different oils based on your needs. So I absolutely love the diffuser. I think it is a vital tool for any home. The diffuser that I showed you guys on Periscope, the Lotus, covers probably about 400 square feet. The pedal diffuser here on the screen is going to cover about 350 to 400 square feet. So about the same. They're about for a room. They're not going to be for like a big, great room, unless you've got some good air circulation happening. But as long as you're there and breathing, you're getting benefits. So I love diffusing. I think it's a must for any home, especially if you have children. I have stopped the domino effect, and you guys are going to have to fill in the blanks a little bit, because the FDA does have our hands tied as far as a health and supplement company. We can only say certain things. So kind of fill in the blanks for me, guys. Use your imagination a little bit. But to stop that domino effect that can happen within a family. And so I love to diffuse. For that purpose, On Guard is my favorite. And plus it smells super awesome. So On Guard smells great. It's got wild orange, cinnamon clove, rosemary, and is it basil? Eucalyptus. And it smells really awesome. I think it smells like kind of the holidays. So love diffusing On Guard. The next way we're going to use our oils is topical. And this is when we are applying the oils directly to the skin. So this is where we need to be concerned about that skin dilution, that safety factor. So if we're applying oils to children, you're going to be using your fractionated coconut oil a lot, or you're going to be using the new Touch rollers. Okay, these guys are like, I wasn't super excited, but I've really been using them a lot. So, because it's kind of a no-brainer. Like my daughter, she was having some occasional throat discomfort. Hopefully that's compliant. And so I was using this frankincense on her throat, and it's been giving her quite a bit of relief. And I haven't had to worry about diluting. It's already diluted for me. So when we're applying the oils, topically we're going to be applying it to the area that is giving us some issues, okay, that we want to support. So like my daughter, we wanted to support her throat, so we applied directly to the throat. okay? Like I showed earlier, if I'm having a little bit of head tension, I'm going to take some peppermint or some deep blue or past tense and apply it just right here along. I like to do it right along the hairline by my temples and then along the back of my neck, okay? So we're gonna apply it topically where it hurts. Stomach hurts, on the tummy, okay? I like to apply it to the feet a lot because that's, for me, it's kind of like oil application for dummies. The feet, the skin down there is not sensitive. So even if we have a hot oil like oregano or On Guard or cinnamon, we can typically apply to the feet. The skin down there, it's thicker. It's not as sensitive. We can apply those hotter oils without the risk of sensitivity issues. Now, that's not 100%, but I've only seen, let's say I've been doing this for almost 4 years now, and I've seen one person with an irritation on their feet from applying oils. So I think it's kind of a no-brainer. We have the largest pores on our bodies are down on our feet. And so as we apply down there, the oils get absorbed really, really quickly. Within about 30 seconds, they've entered your system. And within about another 30 minutes, and this is going to depend on your metabolism rate and all that good stuff, different factors, but on average, about 30 minutes, it's affected every cell within your body because there are trillions of molecules in every drop of essential oil, and you get more than enough for all the cells in your body. So it's a great benefit. You can also use reflex points on the feet to target specific areas. So for me, I was having a lot of back issues when I was introduced to essential oils. And so I would use deep blue. And I don't know about you, but applying oils along my own spine is not the easiest task. Not that flexible. And so I would just apply, and like right now I could lift my foot up on Periscope and show you guys, but I'm not that flexible. But we'll pretend this is my foot. So I applied it right along the inside of my arch on my foot, and that's the reflex point for the spine. And I felt a relief within 5 minutes. So that's something, if you want, you can totally do that. But you don't have to. You can just slap it on. Most of the time, I'm just slapping the oils on my feet, on my kids' feet, because it's a no-brainer. It's just an easy way to apply the oils and get the oils in the body. I usually will have my kids, they'll like sit on their bed or on a couch or whatever, and I'm like, count to 100 or count to 50. And then that way it gives the oils time to get in the system before they run around the carpet and it wipes off, right? So we want it to get in the system so that we have those benefits. So that is topical application. If you ever do have some sensitivity that occurs or discomfort that occurs when you apply an oil on your skin, then just grab your coconut oil or grab any vegetable oil. You can even, if Crisco is all you have on hand, grab that. It'll cool it down. Don't use water because water will actually push that oil in deeper and it's going to intensify that sensation. So you probably won't remember that the first time you get oil someplace that you don't want to get it, and you'll put water on it and you're like, oh shoot, she said not to do water, do oil. So I really like fractionated coconut oil. For me is a must. Like I've got a bottle of this in pretty much every room in my house because I do have 4 kids and I use it a lot. I use this for makeup removal. I use it for just moisturizing my skin, especially during the winter. I use this, to get sticky stuff on my hands. Like I use this stuff all the time. So make sure you have that. The next way to use your oils is internally, and this is unique to doTERRA, and I'll explain that here in just a minute. We're going to use this as a supplement for targeted wellness goals. So if you're wanting to detoxify, if you're wanting to help support different body systems, then internal use might be a good option for you. This is great. I like to put it in a little capsule, and I don't think I have my capsules close. But you can get like any little from doTERRA, little empty capsules, and you can take the top off and put drops of oil in them and then swallow it down. And then that way you don't have to taste the oils. It goes straight into your stomach, and our GI tract is not as sensitive as our skin. It's got a mucosal lining that hot oils aren't typically hot in our GI tract. There was a question on Periscope on what's a good combination for detoxifying. Honestly, if you're new to essential oils, I would recommend starting with a citrus oil. I like lemon, wild orange, grapefruit, lime. Any of those would be a great one to start with. and just put a few drops in your water in a capsule. Depending on what you're wanting to detoxify, there are lots of different options. We have things like Zendocrine, Slim and Sassy, GX Assist. So there's DDR Prime. There's a lot of different things out there that can assist in detoxifying. Essential oils by nature are detoxifiers. So, they're natural. They're going to release toxins. So you want to make sure as you are starting to use essential oils that you are going to be drinking a lot of water. So keep that in mind. Another question, detoxing for heavy metals. Cilantro or the Zendocrine blend is a really great one for that. So, and somebody said on Periscope that a friend used frankincense for some reddening in her skin. So that's a great, on her face. That's a great, I love frankincense for the skin. So let's talk a little bit about why doTERRA's oils are so special. They are certified pure therapeutic grade, or CPTG. Now, this is an internal standard. There is not a governing body of essential oils. So there's no this label or this label, this, board certified. There's none of that. If any company ever tells you that they're some kind of certified by some government agency, they're lying to you. Like, there's not a government agency, at least in the US, that will certify supplements. It just doesn't happen. So with essential oils, with doTERRA, we wanted to make sure we had a very high internal standard. We worked with leading essential oil chemists in the nation to set this standard and what these oils should look like on a chemical basis, because every oil has a unique chemistry profile, and it's gonna vary based on different factors, and we'll talk about that here in a second. But the certified pure therapeutic grade is going to guarantee to you that these oils are pure. There is nothing artificial. It's all natural. There's no fragrances, there's no fillers, there's nothing synthetic in that oil, okay? Which we're putting these on our bodies, we're using these on our kids. We're trying to lower the toxic load, not increase it, right? So important for these to be 100% pure. We want these to be safe. They are free of pesticides and other chemical residues, because we all know that what those plants are sprayed with, then you're going to take in. So if we had a whole peppermint field that had been sprayed with pesticides and then distilled into essential oil, we don't want that concentrated pesticide in our oil, right? That's not good. We just want oil. We just want the peppermint oil. These are potent. And the reason that they're potent is we look at the chemistry of the oils. Every oil has a very unique chemistry and chemical profile. Now, this is all natural chemistry. This is just how nature created it, which is fabulous, but they can vary based on where these plants are grown. So I live in Texas. I could grow lavender here, but I live in a very subtropical climate. My lavender, I can grow organically. It can be pure. It can be 100% organic, and I can distill it and have a pure lavender oil. But chemically, it is not going to look the same, and it is not going to give you the same therapeutic benefits as lavender grown in the high altitudes of France. Okay, do you see the difference there? So it's very, very important to source these oils where those plants thrive and where they have the best chemistry. Because when the plants have the best chemistry, you're going to enjoy the most therapeutic benefits. Because I don't know about you, but if I spend my money on an oil, and some of these oils are not cheap. Frankincense, for example, which is super precious and one I won't be without. Frankincense, this bottle wholesale is just under $70. So it's a pricey oil. Now, if I'm going to be spending money on frankincense, you better believe that I want that frankincense to work. Okay? And I know with the certified pure therapeutic grade that doTERRA carries and holds every single batch to that standard, it's going to work. I'm going to get the same results when I use frankincense from doTERRA. Okay? So, we source our oils all across the globe. We have a big presence in several, I think it's like 23 or 24 third world countries that are impoverished. Impoverished. I can't even talk tonight, but you guys know what I mean. Very, very poor. And we are actually doing what's called co-impact sourcing. And this is where we go into the communities that we are getting our oils from. We help support them in how they need to be supported. If they need a school, we build a school. If they need a water well, we build a water well. If they need a clinic, we give them a clinic. If their girls need support with their menstruation, we've partnered with a fabulous organization called Days for Girls that helps provide reusable feminine hygiene kits for these girls that have no education about menstruation, have no idea what's going on, and are ostracized and outcast and kicked out of school when they start their periods. So there's lots of beautiful things that doTERRA is doing in these communities that we're getting our oils from. And so when you buy that bottle of oil, you are not just buying it for you. You are buying it for kids and families and people that need this support. And I love what doTERRA is doing in this world. We are seriously making a huge impact, and it's just going to grow because we are growing like wildfire, because people, they want something different. They want some different options. So are you guys ready to get into the oils? Let's talk some oils now. And I've hinted on a few of them already, but let's get into the oils because that's where the magic happens. And that is the downside of doing a webinar, is you don't get to smell or experience these oils, because smelling them is just, it's an experience. It will kind of open your eyes that, hey, this is something different. This is something that I need to pay attention to. So if you are totally new to essential oils, if you are brand new to doTERRA and you've never smelled a doTERRA oil, even if you've smelled an essential oil, I can promise you that doTERRA oil is different. You will smell and notice a difference between doTERRA and other brands. So the first oil we're going to talk about tonight is lavender. And lavender is all things calming. It's a beautiful, beautiful scent. Very, very light floral. This is a scent that I was a little nervous to smell, because lavender is a very commonly made synthetic scent that doesn't agree with me. Have you guys smelled synthetic lavender, like in laundry detergent, baby washes, things like that? It's kind of gross. Oh yeah, you can put some lavender in your mascara to help growth with your eyelashes. You just need one drop. But seriously, like, that lavender smell is everywhere because they're like, oh, it's so calming. But when you have synthetic lavender, it's not going to have therapeutic benefits. It might smell similar to lavender, but it's not going to be the best. It's so much different. doTERRA lavender is so different. So things that I like to use this for, I like to diffuse it in a room to help calm anxious feelings and to help soothe emotions. So if somebody is really upset, then we're going to have some lavender is going to get broken out. So we can apply it topically to soothe irritated skin. If you've got any kind of irritation, lavender is a great one. It's a potent one, so I really recommend using your coconut oil with lavender if you've got skin issues. So definitely a great one for that. You can use it to help you relax at bedtime, to help your body unwind and just kind of get into that nice relaxed state so that you can drift off to sleep and have a restful night's sleep. You can do it on the bottoms of your feet. You can do it on the back of your neck. You can put a couple drops on your pillow. You can make a pillow spray out of it. Whatever floats your boat. You can, if you get a bug bite or a sting, lavender is my go-to oil. We have mosquitoes the size of helicopters where I live, and I'm not even kidding you. Like, they're seriously huge, and they will leave big old whelps. And so lavender is our go-to oil for dealing with those bug bites and stings, and it is like that. Lavender is also really great for seasonal threats. So if that's something that's coming up, I know I've been using lavender a lot lately because it's like I'm dying. And I wish I could tell you about like how, but seasonal threats, okay? What happens when change of the season happens? So, I love lavender. Such a great oil. And it is one that is, it's a pretty gentle oil, so you can typically use it undiluted. If you do have a skin irritation, I would recommend diluting it because it is a pretty potent oil, and it just kind of can expedite the healing and removing irritations that are causing things on your skin. So definitely dilute the lavender when you're using it on your skin, okay, for a larger area. Lemon. Now lemon, I'm going to drink some more water because my voice is getting super hoarse. And I'm sounding a little mannish, but it's all good. So lemon is super light and refreshing. And we love lemon, right? Smells like sunshine and happiness. And it's just, it cleans, it freshens. I like to do it to a drop of local unfiltered honey, raw honey. And it's great for a dry throat, okay? You can diffuse it in the room to help neutralize odors. Can I talk tonight? Come on, guys. Come on, Nicole. You can also use it to help elevate a mood. It's a great mood booster and really can help you feel happier and just have an elevated mood. I also like it to help me with focus support, to help me focus when I'm trying to work on a project. You can use it to help clean kitchen counters and different stainless steel appliances. This is a great cleaner. We like to use it a lot if you get paint or stain or anything greasy on your hands, a drop of lemon, it comes right off. My husband swears by lemon. So we've got lemon by almost every sink in our home. It is great in your water. I love to put a drop or two in my water. Make sure I got the hiccups. Sorry, guys. Make sure if you are putting a citrus oil in your water that you are using glass or stainless steel, because citrus oils can denature and break down petrochemicals, which is what plastic is made of. So my big Smart Water bottle, I'm not going to put lemon oil in here, but I can take my cool little doTERRA glass, not with the purple paper, of course, but my cute little doTERRA glass, which is glass, and you can put a drop or two in there. Just swirl it up because it is oil, so it is going to kind of float at the top. So, and you don't want to get like a lemon mustache because that can make your lips a little tingly. Okay, it's all good. More water. But lemon seriously is a great detoxifier. Start with just 1 or 2 drops. Don't go overboard. You don't need a ton. Next one is peppermint. Now this is an oil that you smell, and I don't know anybody that doesn't like the smell of peppermint. Do you guys give me some hearts on Periscope if you love peppermint, the way that it smells? Oh my gosh. Just tap that screen for peppermint because it's so good. I absolutely love this one. You smell it and it's just like, oh, I can do anything. Seriously. So good. So good. Now, peppermint, you can use this with lemon in your water to do a mouth rinse. We have some fabulous little peppermint beadlets. They're tiny little bitty balls that you pop in your mouth and they burst, and it's got 1/4 of a drop of peppermint oil, and so you have super fresh breath, and it can help soothe some occasional stomach discomfort. It can freshen your breath. It can help clear your airways. And I love peppermint. It's very cooling. You can breathe it in to help invigorate your lungs, to help increase alertness. So if you're kind of drowsing, getting a little drowsy right now, great for hiccups too. Maybe I should I'm going to put some on the back of my neck for the hiccups. So I'll stop but you can put a drop on your hand. I'm not going to fake that drop. I kind of faked the first drop. Now you know. And if you've got wild orange, I love peppermint and wild orange together. Drop on each palm. Breathe it in. And that's a great way to get aromatic benefits without, if you don't have a diffuser or you're out and about. And also it's going to help kill any grimies, get rid of any grimies on your hands, okay? That we don't want to carry around with us, okay? There we go. Add it to a spray bottle of water, and you can mist it on yourself when you're overheated. This is great during the summer. Maybe you're a little bit advanced in a few years, and you're getting a little bit hot here and there sporadically. Mist it on. Mist it on, ladies. Mist it on. It's so good. If you've got elevated, your body's a little hotter than it should be. I can't say the word, but you know what I mean. I like it along the back of the neck and the bottom of the feet. Definitely for children, peppermint is one that you want to dilute. It does have a cooling sensation, so you can dilute it down with your coconut oil or keep it on the bottoms of the feet so that it's not irritating to kids. I know my 8-year-old son is not a fan of peppermint in the sensation, and so we dilute it down. Now we have spearmint, which I don't think I have my bottle of spearmint close by. But spearmint is it's a close cousin to peppermint. It's a little bit gentler with similar effects. So do you guys love spearmint? Have you guys all smelled spearmint? Like, it's freaking awesome. I love you. For kids under 2, depending on what your goal is, I think it might be a little bit harsh for kids under 2. Like, I don't think it's not gonna kill them or permanently damage them, but definitely heavily diluted, because peppermint is it's a strong oil. But it's one that it's kind of depending on your goal with what you're wanting to do. Yeah, peppermint is awesome with Citrus Bliss. It is so good. And if you guys haven't smelled, and I don't have it here, the new Motivate, maybe I do, here it is. The new Motivate blend. This smells like Citrus Bliss and peppermint together. Very, very close scent. So, very, very good things. I love to combine this with lavender, because then you get your calming and the reduction of discomfort with lavender right here on my forehead, and then right on the back of my neck. And then I breathe it in, and it is crazy how fast that pounding or aching dissipates. Okay. Okay, Melaleuca. This is also known as tea tree oil, and this is a scent that I'm not super crazy about, but doTERRA's Melaleuca is not offensive. This is one that you're going to see a lot at your grocery stores. I'm going to tell you, it's going to be synthetic. And you're going to smell that chemical, and you're going to smell those chemical undertones, and it's icky. So get the real deal. This is fabulous for all things skin. So any kind of cleansing, any skin irritations, Melaleuca is your go-to. You can use it in your shampoo or conditioner for healthy scalp and hair. It's great on your feet after you've been at a gym or swimming or showering, where there might be some little things around there that like to hop on board with you. Are you following me here? We don't want those little visitors hopping on, those little hitchhikers. There we go, hitchhikers. This is a hitchhiker killer. Hope you guys are translating well for me. So, love Melaleuca is also really good for friends that like to move into your hair. Keeps them away and kills them. Okay? Especially if you've got little kids, you need this in your house. You can put a few drops in their shampoo or conditioner, or in some Tangle spray every morning before they go off to school, and you will never get a note from the nurse. I promise, it's good stuff. Okay, frankincense. We talked a little bit about this earlier. Frankincense is it is the king of oils. Like, when in doubt, use frankincense. It seriously has a very diverse chemical makeup that makes it good for almost everything. It's not the best at everything, but it has a very wide array of benefits. So it's great for all things having to do with the skin. So skin cuts, bruises, scrapes. Use the carrier oil on your skin to help reduce fine lines and wrinkles, and just give a nice youthful skin, so you look really radiant and fabulous. Apply it to the bottom of the feet to help support immune function. This is one that I go to when my immune system needs a little love and support. Frankincense is definitely in the mix. It's fabulous. You can use it with lavender and peppermint to help that stress and tension. So same places, forehead here. If you're really having a hard time with that head tension, drop a frankincense on the thumb and put it on the roof of your mouth and hold it there for just maybe 30 seconds. It's going to taste horrendous, but you're going to feel better. You're going to feel better. It's fabulous. So it's a pricey oil, but the wise men brought it to baby Jesus for a reason. It's amazing. So you need frankincense in your home. Trust me, you need it. It's awesome. So good. Oregano. Now this, we talked about this already. Oregano is a very hot oil, but it is a very powerful oil. It is one that you definitely want to have in your arsenal. So it's very great for periodic immune support. So if you're struggling a little bit, oregano is definitely going to be in the mix. I really recommend keeping it on the bottoms of the feet or putting it in a capsule. I have put oregano directly under my tongue. It is no bueno. It is so freaking hot. But it works. It works. So it's a powerhouse. This is what I call the big guns. So if you need big guns for your immune support, you need oregano. This is not one you're going to use every day. This is just going to be an as needed thing. So I like the bottoms of the feet or in the capsule. It helps cleanse out stuff too. Okay, if we've got some, never mind, I probably can't say that. If we've got some things, more toxins and more things than we need in our gut. We'll talk about that later. Okay, but oregano is just fabulous. You do want to take a break. Like, you don't want to use oregano for longer than about 10 to 14 days internally because it metabolizes slower in the liver. So if you're using it like on a wart or a skin tag, it's a lot less amount, right? If you're taking it internally for immune support, number one, if you're needing to take it longer than 10 days for immune support, you need to get your butt to the doctor. Oils are great. They're that first line of defense, but doctors and medicine are there for a reason, okay? So, but yeah, give yourself a break. If you are doing cleansing, because I know a lot of people love to use oregano internally for cleansing, then I would give yourself about 30 days, 2 weeks to 30 days break in between using oregano internally, okay? It's not that it's killing your liver, it's metabolized a little bit slower, and when you're trying to cleanse, you don't want to overstress the liver because the liver is trying to get all the junk out. So that's kind of why you want to, wanting to get that. Oh, I'm sorry that you keep getting booted and having to rejoin, Tanya. Hopefully it'll smooth out. Maybe the replay will be a little bit better. So Breathe is our respiratory blend. And this is awesome to use topically or in the diffuser to help maintain clear airways and breathing. This is something they just came out with, a Breathe stick, and I don't have it here because it's up on my nightstand because I've been using that. And so it's awesome. The Breathe stick, guys, seriously, you need that in your family. It's like a giant chapstick, and it's got the Breathe oil blend in it, and you just and so good. Works so good. But with Breathe, you want to apply it on the chest. This is one you want to dilute for sensitive skin, or you can do it on the bottoms of the feet for seasonal respiratory discomfort. I love it in the diffuser. I will show you a little trick, and I think this will help me too. And I'm going to put a little frankincense so you can guys see what happens with my scratchy voice. Let's see if this is a good combo. But I'm going to do a drop of Breathe on my hand. And I don't even do a full drop. Like, I touch the edge of the bottle to my hand. So it's not even a full drop, okay? So I'm going to rub my hands together. I'm going to make O with one of my hands, and my other hand I'm going to put the O on the on my palm, okay? And I'm gonna put my lips in and suck in the air, okay? And then that way it's just getting it directly to where you need to go. Okay, so those you need to get on Periscope, Jennifer. So those that are on the webinar, you're not seeing the live broadcast on Periscope, but I'll post the link later so that you can see. But this is, it's one, like, it just opens up those airways, and it just, see, like, my voice already sounds a little clearer to me. So, I love it. That's one of my favorite ways to use Breathe. So that's my little nugget for you guys tonight. Hopefully those on the webinar were able to, I described it well enough that you were able to kind of figure out what I was doing with the breathe. Digest Zen. This is the oil blend that showed me that these oils worked. That they weren't hokey, that they weren't some voodoo witch snake oils. I still haven't figured out the best way to share my story completely. So we're going to be creative in how I share this. So I had, after my last child, she's now 6, but after I had her, I developed an eruption of my stomach outside of where it was supposed to be. I think that's close enough. It was still in my cavity, but it was not, it had poked through something. And so I was having a lot of stuff coming back up to visit. And I had tried a lot of different things without much luck of a consistent results. And yes, Sarah says poke through the abdominal wall. Yeah, I'm trying to be compliant here. I'm trying to play nice. But I started with my Digest Zen. And this stuff, guys, it's got fennel and anise in it, so it smells very much like black licorice. Not my favorite scent. Actually, it pretty much grossed me out. Now, it's not my favorite, but I have a good association with it because it did provide me so much relief. But I would apply it where I would feel that discomfort. And every time, if you hate licorice, you're not going to like the smell of Digest Zen. Sorry, but you need it because it works so good. But I would just put that on. And guys, I kid you not, within 3.5 weeks, I no longer, that was no longer an issue for me. And it was something that I had been struggling with for about 3.5 years. And so that showed me that the oils really worked with my body and were fabulous tools and worked in a different way than medications did. And so I'm not promising healing or miraculous things, but you definitely, it's a good one. You definitely, you do get used to it. I would apply it right, this is where I would feel the discomfort, right at the base of my throat where it joins my torso, and that little, where that bone is, your collarbone, that little cave-in spot, that's where I would feel it. And so that's where I would apply it. I tried doing it internally because I hated the smell so much, but I had such better results applying it topically. But I know people have been the opposite way, that they get better results internally. And there are Digest Zen soft gels, so they're already in a gel for you. You just pop it and you're good to go. But yeah, it's a great blend for anything from here all the way down to the other end. We got somebody singing in the background on the webinar. That's awesome. But you just, it works. It works for any kind of digestive support that you need. Apply it on the feet of your kids, because kids get tummy aches all the time, right? And so Digest Zen goes on their feet. I rarely put it on their stomach because it is an oil that can be a little irritating. But it's one that always goes on my kids' feet. And yeah, we've got Digest Zen everywhere. I have like a couple of the travel size in my purse. We've got one in each bathroom. We've got one by my bed. It's everywhere. One of the questions I have online is, should it be heavily diluted while pregnant? Honestly, unless you're having discomfort, like skin discomfort from it, then you don't really need to heavily dilute it. It's a safe oil, and one that would be safe, that would be good. You don't necessarily need to dilute. But if you're more comfortable diluting, it's not going to take away the efficacy of the oil. It's still going to give you benefits. Great option might be, Alicia, for you to get the Touch Kit. Get the Touch Kit with the Digest Zen roller, and then it's already diluted, and it's in a roller. How easy it can't get easier than that. Super awesome. I think there was one more question on the Periscope that I think I missed, or was it? I think it was just a comment. So let's go on. So Digest Zen. Every freaking house needs it because everybody has some kind of digestive support that they need in their life. And it's a balancer, so it's not, it's going to work for everything. Going too fast, going too slow. It works for everything. Good stuff. On Guard. This is the protective blend. This is the one that smells heavenly. Love it, love it, love it. It is a hotter oil, so you do want to dilute it if you're applying it to the skin. You can apply it to the feet without dilution. But this is one that I love to diffuse in the room for environmental threats. Like I said, the domino effect. We want to avoid the domino effect. We want those environmental threats to claim as few victims as possible. It's great to put in a spray bottle to clean those surfaces that are frequently touched that can be hot spots, so to speak, for those environmental threats. We actually have an entire line of products that are infused with doTERRA. So one person's question is, I worry about applying it on myself and my 3-month-old becoming affected. Any types? Unless you're like nursing and then your 3-month-old is, you're applying stuff where your 3-year-old is nursing, you're fine. I wouldn't recommend doing a cleanse while you're nursing because toxins could get released into your breast milk, and that could just cause some upset tummy for your little one. But just you using oils for your support, I think it's all it's going to do is make you a happier mama, which makes you a better mama. So don't be concerned. If you are feeling a little bit nervous, just dilute the oils down, or and you'll be good to go. On Guard. So the products that we have infused with On Guard. And one thing on peppermint that I forgot to mention. Peppermint can decrease milk supply. So if you are a nursing mama, be cautious with peppermint. It doesn't affect every woman's milk supply, but it can decrease milk supply in some women. So if that's something, just be aware of that. I've had women that can, bathe in peppermint while they're nursing and their milk supply isn't touched. I have had people that smell peppermint and their milk dries up. So everybody's a little bit different. So just pay attention to that. Yes, thank you, Deanna. If your milk, good. A 3-month-old that's kind of like when they're kind of having that growth spurt too. So they're usually nursing a little bit more from what I remember at 3 months old. If your milk supply is ever decreased, fennel, basil, and clary sage are all really, really great oils to help increase your supply. So there are definitely natural options out there that you can use if your supply is diminished or is lacking. So don't be too afraid to try it. Although there's so many other options out there that if it does make you uncomfortable, then just try a different option. That's the beauty of essential oils. You can use this to gargle in the morning as a protective mouth rinse. We have On Guard toothpaste. Do you guys love On Guard toothpaste? Like seriously, that is one of my favorites. I absolutely adore it. It's an all-natural toothpaste. It's infused with On Guard. It just really helps balance everything in your mouth and have really great oral health. It's all natural. So that's super great. We have On Guard laundry detergent, On Guard foaming hand wash. What else do we have? On Guard concentrated cleaner. I love the concentrated cleaner, which I don't clean that much. I did get a cleaning lady, but I did give her a bottle of the cleaner concentrate, but I love it. On Guard throat drops, which are fabulous. I'm trying to think what else. Is that all On Guard products? But this is one that I think every family needs. If you need that, you have been exposed to environmental threats and you do need that boost to your immune system. I love to combine the On Guard and the oregano. Okay. And in a capsule, the On Guard beadlets. Yes. Thank you. On Guard beadlets. I love to have those, especially when I'm traveling. I get in the airplane and I pop a couple of those in my mouth. I will have nice cinnamon fresh breath and it will, keep me nice and safe and healthy. Deep Blue. This is the soothing blend. See if I can get a good shot. So this is the oil. It comes in a 5 milliliter bottle. And this is just so good. It is so soothing for those occasional aches and pains. So occasional tired joints, you can rub it on muscles before or after exercise to reduce discomfort. I will let you know though, wait until your pores have shrunk back down after sweating, because Deep Blue on open pores and sweat is very, very hot. It's just like, oh, I'm on fire. So, especially with the Deep Blue rub. So keep that in mind as you're applying. You might want to apply a little bit after you've cooled down a little bit, just to ease the discomfort. If you are wanting to apply Deep Blue, like my husband, for example, he'll have some occasional back issues. And so we will take the coconut oil and the Deep Blue, and I will put maybe half a teaspoon of the coconut oil in my hand. Actually, I'm lying. I don't do this. I make my 15-year-old daughter do it because she's nicer than I am. But she'll put some coconut oil in her hand. She'll put a couple drops of On Guard, and then she'll rub it on Dad's back. Because you don't need enough of the essential oil to cover an entire area like a back. You only need 2 to 3 drops, okay? If I would to fill my hand with enough Deep Blue oil to cover an entire man's back, number 1, it's going to be really hot. Number 2, that's expensive. That's a lot of oil that you don't necessarily need. It's kind of overkill. So just keep that in mind when you're covering a larger area like a back or a leg, like a hamstring or something like that, okay? Definitely use it for therapeutic deep tissue massage. If you're going in for a deep tissue massage with your massage therapist, take your Deep Blue. I also like to take, this is what I like to take to my massages, Aroma Touch. Do you guys like the Aroma Touch blend? The Aroma Touch is it's a massage blend. It's very soothing. It's very supportive on muscle recovery and easing that occasional discomfort, and also really helps with tension and stress, helps you relax from stress and stuff like that. So Deep Blue is just very, very awesome for those aches and pains. I love it. It also comes in a rub form, which we go through a lot of Deep Blue rub in my house. It's fabulous. I do think that the Deep Blue rub is a little bit deeper penetrating. The Deep Blue oil is a little faster acting, so it gives faster relief, but the Deep Blue rub really penetrates deeper and kind of lasts a little bit longer. I think it's because it's in that lotion form, and it's got some additional goodies in there, some additional camphor and things like that. So it's just a great all-natural rub. It's so good. So, oh shoot, just kidding. We're going to skip that. So how do I know what to do now that I have these oils, or where do I learn more? There's a great website called doTERRAuniversity.com, and oh, that's awesome. It's what got you into the oils, Deep Blue. Yeah, it is definitely one of those oils that you're going to feel a benefit from. So where do you go to learn more? Go to doTERRAuniversity.com. It's got some great sections. It's got spotlights on a ton of oils, different ideas on how to use them, and it also has ideas on how to share. And if, once you start using the oils, it's really hard to keep it to yourself. Even if you're not wanting to build a business, you still end up talking to people about it, and they are like, well, how can I get oils? And you're like, well, I guess I can get you oils. And so doTERRA University can show you how to do that if that's something that's interesting to you, if that's something that interests you. doTERRAtools.com is also a great one. It's got a thing called the approved claims list that will tell you about different ways to use each of the oils and products in the doTERRA line. I also really like doTERRAeveryday.com and doTERRAblog.com. I can't even talk. doTERRAblog.com. And those are all really great resources to learn more about your oils. So I'm suspecting that I didn't update my PowerPoint. So those that are online, you'll have to cover up, just pretend you don't see some certain stuff. But I do want to talk real quick about our Lifelong Vitality Pack real quick. And it's our supplement trio, and it's our #1 product because it works. And this is above any oil. And it's amazing. It's a 3 supplement system that has your multivitamin that is highly bioavailable, which means when you put it in your body's actually able to absorb it and use it, which is huge. The synthetics out there, they don't hold a candle to this, guys, because your body can't absorb those synthetics. It's like, I don't know what to do with this. I don't know what to do with this junk. It's, you know, it's no good. It also has your essential fatty acids. So you're getting your fish oils and essential oils in there as well. And there's also an option. You can get it with just the multivitamin, which is the microplex, and the Z Omega, which is our fish oil. Or you can also add on the Alpha CRS, which is an antioxidant blend, which helps with cellular vitality and longevity. So I absolutely adore the Lifelong Vitality Pack. For me, it was a total life changer. And this is something that it's so important to have that foundation, because if your body is deficient in any vitamin or mineral, you're going to have problems. It's going to look different for everybody. But you're going to be having problems that you won't even associate with a nutrient deficiency. But I can tell you that when your body is getting what it needs, you feel totally different. You're like, I didn't know I could feel like this. At least that was my experience. And these have a 30-day money back guarantee. So if you don't fall in love with them and you're not feeling a difference, then you will get your money back. But I have to talk about these because this will make a bigger impact in your health at setting that foundation of getting the vital nutrients and minerals and essential fatty acids that you need than any other oil. Because oils are fabulous, guys. Don't get me wrong. Oils are freaking phenomenal. But they don't have vitamins. They don't have minerals. They don't replace food sources, healthy food and healthy living. They're just a tool and a support. And so you've got to lay that foundation strong and solid. So the Lifelong Vitality Pack and the Daily Nutrient Pack are vital for that. So I've got a meme here for those that are on the webinar, and it says, I'll eat fast food, drink neon-colored energy drinks, and take all my prescriptions, but I need to research before I try lavender essential oil. And that was totally me, so that's why it's my favorite meme, because I was totally like chugging down my Mountain Dew and popping my pills and eating my quarter pounder with cheese. And I tell my friend, you know what, I need to do some research on these oils. It's kind of weird. A little weird. I'm not discouraging research, guys. Make sure you're researching with a reputable source. Things such as pubmed.gov. That's a great source for essential oil research. To me, blogs are not research. Blogs are opinions. And unless you know that the blogger personally and you trust their opinion with you, I don't give any blogs any credit. Sorry. That's just me, because anybody can write a blog with any opinion, and opinions can be bought and sold. So just keep that in mind. I really like PubMed is a really good research place to see the validity of essential oils, to see if they are actually a real deal and not some hokey fish, witch oil, snake oil thing. Okay. So I'm not discouraging research. Just make sure you have a good source. So there are 3 different ways to get essential oils in your home. The first way is retail. So if you're like, okay, you know what, that lavender and that peppermint they really spoke to me. I think I really want that lavender and that peppermint. Then you should buy those retail. And that's going to be the highest price, but if you're only wanting 1 or 2 oils, it's going to be your best price. And, that way you can just kind of try it out, see if it's for you. And it's not a bad place to start. Does the Vitality Pack have niacin in it? I don't know. I can look that up for you in just a minute. The next way to get these oils in your home is wholesale. And this is what most people choose to do. It's similar to a Sam's Club or a Costco membership, where you pay an annual fee and you get the discount for the whole year. So with doTERRA, it's a $35 fee, and you get a 25% discount on anything you buy without any minimums for an entire year. So you can either buy every week, or you can buy once. You get the same discount regardless. Or if you're like me and you like to buy below wholesale, you can do that as well. And so below wholesale, well, first off, what a wholesale membership will get you. First off, it gets you a 25% discount off retail prices. No minimums to buy. You're good to go. You have the options available. These are options. They're not requirements. So just don't freak out. But you have these options. You can earn up to 10 to 30% back in free rewards credits through our loyalty program. And that is the smartest way to buy. It's the most economical way to buy because you're going to be earning points back on everything you purchase. So I love our loyalty program. It's phenomenal. You can sponsor other wellness advocates and earn commission. So, thanks for checking on that for her. You can earn sales commissions if you refer people. Like I said earlier,